The Red Fort and the Taj Mahal bear an exceptional and complementary testimony to the lost civilization of the Mughal Empire. While Agra's history dates back more than 2,500 years, it was not until the reign of the Mughals that the city became more than just a provincial outpost. Humayun was the son of the founder of the Mughal Empire and was offered jewellery and precious stones by the family of the Raja of Gwalior, one of them the famous Koh-i-Noor. The heyday of Agra came with the reign of Humayun's son, Akbar the Great. During his reign, the main part of the Agra Fort was built. The powerful Red Fort of Agra was created in 1565 by Emperor Akbar on the right bank of the Yamuna River. Today it is located on the northwest extremity of the Shah Jahan that surrounds the Taj Mahal, which together create a monumental unity. This bastion fortress, with its red sandstone walls rising above a moat, and interrupted by graceful curves and lofty bastions, encompasses within its enclosure walls of 2.5 kilometers the imperial city of the Mughal rulers. Like the Delhi fort, the fort at Agra is one of the most obvious symbols of Mughal grandeur, which asserted itself under Akbar, Jahangir and Shah Jahan. The wall has two gates, the Delhi Gate and the Amar Singh Gate. The original and grandest entrance was through the Delhi Gate, which leads to the inner portal called the Hathi Pol, or Elephant Gate. Nowadays, the entrance to the fort is only through the Amar Singh Gate. The southern gateway, or the Amar Singh Gate, originally known as Akbar Darwaza, was the private gateway of the Mughal Emperor Akbar and his personal entourage. This gate shares certain architectural traits with the Delhi Gate, such as its drawbridge, its dangerous diversions at the entrance, and its high, brick-paved ramp. There are two octagonal towers on either side. The citadel comprises a large number of fairy-like palaces. Jahangiri Mahal is a stunning example of Mughal architecture at its best. Built between 1565 and 69, it has an impressive facade facing onto an open court to the west. It has an arched portal with two beautiful Jahar Kars, a series of ornamental arches, and an octagonal tower on either side. There is a complex arrangement of rooms, halls, corridors, galleries, and verandas in the palace. Several of the buildings are made from pure marble decorated with beautiful carvings. Each monument marks the apogee of Indo-Muslim art, strongly influenced by Persian and Timurid elements. An additional floor in the single-story assembly hall looks like a balcony. The Musamman Burj, or octagonal tower, is believed to have been built by Shah Jahan as a palace for his beloved queen, Mumtaz Mahal. It was here that Jahan spent the final days of his life, imprisoned with his favourite daughter, Jahanara Begum, by his son, Aurangzeb. The dome crowning the tower was gilded in copper, while the lower story flooring was paved with marble to resemble a board for playing pachchisi. It is situated where the main fort wall takes a turn towards the east. It is said that at first a small marble palace built by Akbar was situated at this site, which was later demolished by Jahangir to erect new buildings. Most of the buildings that were later added to the complex were primarily constructed of marble. During the reign of Akbar, River Yamuna touched the fort, and for this reason a number of ghats were built. Some of these ghats were used as loading docks for goods transported by river, while other covered passages were for the sole use of harem inmates. Some of the tower's most important traits are a projecting jaokar on its easternmost side, an elegant marble screen on the riverfront side, vertical pillars, and a horizontal charger supported on beautiful brackets. The most ornate building of the entire fort is the small pavilion known as Shah Burj, situated nearby to the tower. Shah Jahan built Anguri Bagh, or the Garden of Grapes, in 1637. With Khas Mahal to its east and red sandstone arcades on its remaining three sides, it was the principal square of the Zenana apartments, the living area of the royal ladies. Built by Shah Jahan between 1631 and 1640, Khas Mahal boasts a river on one side and Anguri Bagh on the other. Built for his two favourite daughters, Jahanara and Rosanara, it has a beautiful tank at the front with fountains, white marble pavilions and open courts. The central hall, or baradari, and the adjoining colonnade or portico is almost the same size. The arched recesses of the main hall lead to the side rooms. The richly ornamented ceilings of the palace are flat, and the complex has stylishly carved and moulded brackets. The niches in the walls are believed to have contained portraits of Mughal emperors, while the iron rings in the roof of the central hall were meant for the chandeliers. The interiors are profusely ornamented in both floral and geometrical patterns from the dados to the ceiling. Gold and blue, the royal colours, were abundantly used here, and traces of them are still visible on the walls today. Agra was ruled by the Mughal for a long time, and the city eventually became their capital. During this period, every aspect of the Agra culture was heavily influenced by Mughal culture. One can see this influence in the various old monuments covering the cityscape of Agra, all of which were designed according to Mughal architectural principles. Mughal architecture was an harmonious blend of Indian and Islamic architecture. The assimilation of these different styles gave the buildings within the fort a distinctive look. The throne of Jahangir is located at the Diwan Akas, which was the hall of private audience. The throne was made of black oinks, imported by Jahangir himself, who was also known as Salem from Belgium. The mosque was also designed for the ladies of the court and featured the Zenana Mina, or ladies' bazaar, right next to the balcony, where only female merchants sold wares. Najina Masjid, or the Gem Mosque, is made of pure white marble and was intended for the emperor's personal use. Built between 1631 and 1640, in the northwestern corner of the Makchi Bawan, it had a paved marble court enclosed by walls to the north, south and east, with a prayer chamber to the west. The prayer chamber was also constructed of marble with a three-domed top. One of the earliest displays of Shah Jahan's love for marble was the Diwan-i-Am, or Hall of Public Audience. It was here that the emperor addressed both the general public and the nobility. Constructed between 1631 and 1640, the huge assembly hall has a flat roof and two red sandstone arched gateways to the north and south. The facade comprises an arcade with 9 bold arches, and the hall is divided into 3 aisles. Though the building was constructed in red sandstone, it was plastered with white shell plaster to resemble white marble. The raised chamber where the emperor made his addresses is ostentatiously decorated. Made of marble, this Shah-o-Ka, or throne room, has a 3-arched opening inlaid with precious stones. Agra Fort is one of the most important of the many fort monuments that can be found across India. A robustly built Mughal stronghold, the structure boasts a number of richly embellished buildings that reflect the characteristically imposing style of Mughal art and architecture. UNESCO has identified Agra Fort as a World Heritage Site.